Hey guys, what's up? That's American for how is it going? I am about to come back to Canada. I'm moving back because some racist KKK guy named Trump is about to take over here. He's a total fascist that wants to kill all Muslims and Mexicans and torture them to death as he's killing them. And I'm actually excited because I've missed Canada a lot. I saw Justin Trudeau on 60 Minutes on the weekend, and he said America's stupid and they need to pay attention to what's going on. Yeah, well, I'm here in what's going on, and it's time to get out. So I'm coming back, and I've been sort of researching my new prime minister and hearing about some of the stuff he says, and he gets a lot of flack. They call him the Zoolander prime minister, and they say he says dumb stuff. Oh, really? Let's actually look at what he says, shall we? All right, quote number one. I have to go with Hulk, just to mix it up a bit, because he wears his passions on the outside and he's someone who is green. Okay, that's not a stupid quote. He's having fun with it. It's a fun question, and he's bringing in environmentalism and courage and passion. I mean, women voted for him, and they wanted a passionate guy, a male model who has a big heart, and that's what they got. So he brings in all that factual stuff and then also makes it fun, because the media hammers him a lot, but sometimes they ask fun questions, which brings us to number two. What kind of shampoo do you use? Pretty good question. And he goes, what happens to be hanging around at the time? You know what? Because he's a no-nonsense, no-frills guy. He's not vain. If there's shampoo there, he'll just plop it on his head, wash away, probably not even rinse it totally because he's busy. He's doing stuff. And that actually brings us to the next one. I don't read the newspapers. I don't watch the news. I figure if something important happens, someone will tell me. What's the matter with that? Sarah Palin said that. She was sort of ambiguous about what she reads. And when you're the PM, you get out of the shower with a bit of soap in your hair, and there's people walking with you going, okay, this brief, that brief, that brief. You don't have time to read the newspaper. So that wasn't stupid. All right. Number four, I was a snowboard instructor. I was a bouncer in a nightclub. That's badass. And you're also, it's like being a border guard. You're deciding who to let into the country. So that's experience with immigration. I was a whitewater river guide for many years. I worked as a teacher. I make no apologies for the varied set of life experiences. Obama didn't have any jobs. He's a great president. Donald Trump has no experience in politics. Everyone's about to elect him. You don't have to be Mr. Job to become the prime minister, okay? And all these jobs, like snowboard instructor, Canada's covered in mountains. I think that's a good job. Teacher, children are our future. What is the issue here? All right, this one is a bit trippy. We have to rethink elements as basic as space and time to go all science fiction-y on you in this sense. This one I'm going to sort of take a different kind of defense here. When you're doing a lot of talks and you're tired, sometimes you sort of leave your body and you're looking down at yourself and you can see yourself talking and you're not really listening to yourself. That's a sign of exhaustion. And you know, once in a while, occasionally you're going to say something where you go, what the fuck am I talking about? That happens. That just shows that he's a hard worker and his brain was tired. But the other ones, I don't have to use that, not excuse, but explanation. Okay, I think we're up to 7 now, or maybe 6. Numbers don't matter, by the way. I have tremendous confidence in people who don't think a lot about politics, terrorism. Yeah, I mean, all these people obsessed with the odds of you getting hit by a car are way higher. So why is everything terrorism? It's Islamophobia is what it is. What are you so scared of? You're not going to get hurt by a terrorist. So don't focus on it all the time. God. Next, the Liberal Party believes that terrorists should be able to keep their citizenship. Whoa. That makes sense because if we keep revoking citizenships, then we'd have to define who a terrorist is, and the government might end up using that to say, oh, you're a terrorist, you said something bad about the government. So this is like a libertarian thing. What it's saying is the word terrorist can be used loosely. I mean, maybe we're terrorists with our drone strikes and everything. So rather than give the government all that power and have them revoking citizenships willy-nilly, like Stephen Harper did with people who moved to the States like me, let's not do that. Let's not give... So he's kind of like an anarchist with that one. Okay, next. No, I wouldn't rule out repealing mandatory minimums for anyone, including sexual crimes against children. Oh, no, sorry. He's saying he wouldn't repeal mandatory minimums for anyone, and then I'm adding that includes sexual crimes against children. Ba, 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 ba. He's saying that if you're going to repeal mandatory minimums, you can't pick and choose because he believes in the law. So once a law is made, you have to stick with that law, even in the unfortunate cases. And that's, I mean, pro-lifers do that. If you got raped by your dad, you're still pro-life. So all he's saying is that. He's saying you got to stick by your convictions. So that's a good one. All right. If you kill your enemies, they win. If you kill your enemies, they win. So if we kill ISIS, it only empowers them more. Yeah, that makes sense because they get mad. If you go to the Middle East and you start killing everyone, the ISIS is going to go, see, these guys are barbarians. In fact, in North Korea, they show paintings of America killing innocent communists, and that makes the locals there madder at America. So I guess what he's saying is we have to come up with better ways than just killing them because they're using that as a propaganda tool. And we have to be smarter, which is what he said on 60 Minutes to Americans. So I know it sounds like he's saying don't kill ISIS, but I guess he's more saying like that's not the be-all and end-all solution, and there's problems with it. There's nuance here. Okay, final one, number 10. Honor killings shouldn't be called barbaric. Like he's saying we have to trick them and not use rude language, and then maybe find out who they are, and then say, okay, it is barbaric, or maybe never admit it. He's just saying, like, be cagey with the way you phrase things. God, it's so hot in here. He's just saying stuff.
Thanks for watching. Click here to never miss a Rebel update. Want even more of the Rebel? Well, click here to become a premium member.